The moving truck rumbled down Elm Street like a thunderclap in the quiet suburb of Willow Creek, Illinois, unloading boxes into the cozy two-story house at number 47. Lowell Thompson, a 28-year-old graphic designer with a warm smile and a penchant for vintage band tees, wiped sweat from his brow as he carried the last crate inside, only to find his partner, Jordan Reyes, already unpacking in the kitchen, humming an old jazz tune. But before they could even celebrate with a glass of wine, a sharp knock echoed through the door. Mr. Harlan from next door, his face twisted in disapproval, demanding to know what kind of people were moving in and warning them that this neighborhood has standards. Lowell and Jordan had dreamed of this fresh start after years in the bustling chaos of Chicago, where they'd met at a mutual friend's art gallery opening 5 years ago. Lowell, raised in a conservative Midwestern family that had barely accepted his coming out at 21, had always craved the stability of suburbia, while Jordan, a 30-year-old high school English teacher with roots in a tight-knit Hispanic community, sought a place to build roots away from the city's relentless pace. Their relationship was built on quiet evenings debating literature and designing dream homes, but Willow Creek seemed perfect: good schools, friendly parks, and a sense of community they'd both longed for. That first evening, as they sat on the porch watching the sunset paint the sky in hues of orange and pink, Jordan squeezed Lowell's hand. "This is it, babe. Our own little slice of normal." Lowell nodded, though a nagging doubt lingered from Mr. Harlan's visit. The man, a retired factory worker in his late 60s with a gruff voice and a yard full of American flags, had eyed their clasped hands with undisguised contempt. Over the next few days, small annoyances began. Their mailbox was stuffed with anonymous flyers about traditional family values, and whispers followed them at the local grocery store. Jordan brushed it off as small-town paranoia, but Lowell felt the weight of judgment he'd escaped in the city creeping back. One afternoon, while planting flowers in the front yard, Mr. Harlan leaned over the fence. "You boys think you can just waltz in here and change things? This is a family neighborhood, not some parade ground." Jordan, ever the diplomat, smiled politely. "We're just trying to live our lives, sir. No harm intended." But Harlan snorted and walked away, muttering under his breath. That night, Lowell lay awake, staring at the ceiling. What if he's right? What if we don't belong here? Jordan pulled him close. "We belong anywhere we choose to be. Don't let one old grump ruin this." Yet the harassment escalated subtly. Their trash cans were knocked over repeatedly, and one morning, they found "Fags Go Home" scrawled in chalk on their driveway. Lowell's heart sank. He'd faced slurs before, but this felt personal, invasive. They reported it to the police, but the officer, a longtime resident, dismissed it as kids' pranks. Jordan, fueled by frustration, started researching local LGBTQ support groups, hoping to connect with others. At work, he confided in a colleague, Ms. Patel, who sympathized but warned, "Willow Creek is progressive on paper, but old habits die hard." Meanwhile, Lowell threw himself into freelance projects, designing logos from home to avoid the stares. Their first neighborhood barbecue invitation came as a surprise. From the Wilsons across the street, a young couple with 2 kids. Excited, Lowell and Jordan baked a pie and attended, introducing themselves warmly. Most neighbors were polite, but Harlan cornered them by the grill. "You two aren't fooling anyone. Real men don't hold hands like that." The awkward silence that followed made Jordan's cheeks burn, but Lowell stepped in. "We're just like anyone else here, Mr. Harlan. Paying taxes, mowing the lawn." Harlan laughed bitterly. "Keep telling yourself that." As the weeks turned into months, the couple's initial joy faded into guarded caution. Jordan noticed students at school whispering about the new gay teachers in town. Though he wasn't out to them, rumors spread fast. One parent even requested her son be moved from his class, citing moral concerns. The principal supported Jordan, but the incident stung. At home, Lowell began avoiding the windows, paranoid about being watched. Their intimacy suffered. What was once effortless affection now felt exposed, vulnerable. One evening, after a particularly tense day, Jordan suggested therapy. "We can't let this poison us." Lowell agreed, but deep down he wondered if moving had been a mistake. The conflicts weren't just external. They seeped into their choices. Should they fight back or blend in? Host a housewarming to win hearts or keep low? Each decision amplified the drama, testing their bond. Harlan, emboldened, rallied a few like-minded neighbors, starting a petition for community standards that vaguely targeted non-traditional households. When Lowell discovered it circulating online in a local Facebook group, his anger boiled over. This isn't just harassment, it's organized hate. Jordan, more measured, advocated for dialogue. Maybe if we talk to them. But Lowell shook his head. Talk hasn't worked so far. The tension peaked one rainy afternoon when Harlan confronted them in their yard, accusing them of corrupting the kids after seeing them wave to the Wilsons' children. Words escalated into shouts, and Harlan shoved Lowell against the fence. Jordan intervened, calling the police, but by the time they arrived, Harlan had retreated, claiming self-defense. The officers took statements but warned the couple about stirring trouble. That night, as bruises formed on Lowell's arm, they held each other, tears mixing with resolve. "We can't let him win," Jordan whispered, but Lowell's voice cracked. "What if staying means losing ourselves?" The suburb that promised peace now felt like a battlefield, with society's prejudices as the unseen enemy. The petition gained traction faster than Lowell or Jordan anticipated, circulating through church groups and PDA meetings like wildfire in dry grass. By midsummer, over 50 signatures adorned the document, each one a silent accusation that their presence threatened the fabric of Willow Creek. Jordan, scrolling through the comments on the neighborhood app, felt a knot in his stomach. Phrases like, "protect our children," and "uphold moral values" echoed the bigotry he'd hoped to leave behind in his youth. Growing up in a devout Catholic family, he'd hidden his sexuality until college, only coming out after moving to Chicago, where acceptance felt possible. Now, at 30, he questioned if true belonging was ever achievable. Lowell, meanwhile, channeled his frustration into action, contacting the ACLU for advice on discrimination laws. "We have rights," he insisted over breakfast one morning, his eyes fierce. Jordan nodded, but worry lines etched his face. "Fighting this could make it worse. What if it affects my job?" As an English teacher at Willow Creek High, Jordan loved inspiring students with stories of resilience, like those in The Great Gatsby or To Kill a Mockingbird. But lately, parents' complaints had led to scrutiny from the school board. One mother, Mrs. Klein, whose husband was Harlan's poker buddy, emailed the principal claiming Jordan's lifestyle influenced his curriculum. The meeting that followed was humiliating, Jordan defending his professionalism while administrators tiptoed around the real issue. "It's not about you personally," the principal said, "but perceptions matter in a small town." Walking home that day, Jordan felt isolated, the weight of societal expectations crushing his spirit. At home, Lowell was waiting with dinner, but the meal turned tense. "We should sue Harlan," Lowell proposed. "Make an example." Jordan hesitated. "And become the town's villains? We moved here for peace, not war." Their differing approaches sparked arguments, revealing cracks in their unity. Lowell, the fighter, wanted confrontation. Jordan, the peacemaker, sought compromise. One weekend, they attended a pride event in nearby Chicago, recharging among allies, but returning to Willow Creek felt like stepping into enemy territory. Harlan's next move was slyer. He reported their dog, a friendly Labrador named Max, for excessive barking. Despite the pup being quiet, animal control visited, issuing a warning, and soon after, poison treats appeared in their yard. Max fell ill, vomiting through the night, and the vet bill drained their savings. "This is attempted murder," Lowell raged at the police station, but without proof linking Harlan, the case stalled. Jordan cradled Max, tears streaming. "Why us? What did we do?" The incident galvanized some neighbors. The Wilsons offered support, baking casseroles and signing a counterpetition for inclusivity. Mrs. Wilson, a nurse, confided, "Not everyone's like Harlan. My brother's gay. I've seen this before." But others distanced themselves, fearing association. The drama intensified at a town hall meeting where the petition was discussed. Harlan stood at the podium, voice booming. These two are flaunting their abnormality, undermining our values. We need to protect our way of life. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the crowd. Jordan, heart pounding, rose to speak. We're not here to change anyone. We just want to live, love, and contribute like everyone else. His words hung in the air, met with mixed reactions. Some applause, more boos. Lowell gripped his hand under the table, proud yet terrified. Leaving the hall, they faced glares, and later that night, eggs splattered their front door. Cleaning up, Lowell broke down. I can't do this anymore. Maybe we should move. Jordan paused, sponge in hand. And let them win? No, this is our home now. But doubt crept in, their choices fracturing under pressure. Social conflicts brewed beyond Harlan. Friends from the city questioned their decision to stay, calling it masochistic. Jordan's family, though supportive from afar, urged caution. Mijo, sometimes it's better to walk away, his mother said over the phone. Lowell's parents, still uneasy with his orientation, offered no solace. The emotional toll mounted. Sleepless nights, strained conversations. One evening, after a quiet dinner, Jordan suggested couples counseling. We need to remember why we're together. Lowell agreed, and their first session unearthed buried resentments. Lowell felt Jordan was too passive. Jordan thought Lowell too aggressive. The therapist encouraged balance, but outside, society's judgments amplified every flaw. As fall approached, Harlan escalated by involving local media, tipping off a conservative blogger who wrote a scathing article titled Suburban Invasion. Gay agenda in Willow Creek? Shares exploded online, drawing trolls who doxed the couple, flooding their inboxes with hate mail. Jordan's school received complaints from outsiders, pressuring the board. At an emergency meeting, they debated his position. Your personal life is becoming a distraction, a board member said. Jordan defended himself passionately. My teaching hasn't changed. This is discrimination. Support from colleagues helped, but the vote was close. He kept his job barely. Returning home, he found Lowell packing boxes. What are you doing? Jordan asked, voice trembling. Lowell sighed, thinking about options. This isn't living. The argument that followed was their worst yet, voices raised, accusations flying. You're giving up, Jordan shouted. And you're dragging us down, Lowell retorted. In the silence after, they reconciled with apologies, but the seed of division was planted. Harlan watched from his window, smirking, his campaign chipping away at their resolve. Winter blanketed Willow Creek in snow, mirroring the chill that had settled over Lowell and Jordan's relationship. The harassment had evolved from overt acts to insidious isolation. Invitations to neighborhood events dried up, and even the Wilsons grew distant under pressure from Harlan's allies. Jordan threw himself into work, preparing lessons on empathy through literature, hoping to subtly influence his students. One day, a shy sophomore, Liam, approached after class. Mr. Reyes, is it true what they say about you? Jordan's pulse quickened, but he chose honesty. If you mean I'm gay and in a committed relationship, yes. But that doesn't change how I teach. Liam nodded, confiding his own struggles with identity. My dad's like Mr. Harlan, hates anything different. The conversation sparked hope in Jordan. Perhaps change started small. But at home, Lowell was unraveling, his freelance work suffering from anxiety. He'd started antidepressants, prescribed after panic attacks triggered by anonymous calls threatening violence. I feel like a prisoner in my own house, he confessed one night, curled on the couch. Jordan held him, but his own exhaustion showed. Their therapist suggested a temporary separation to reflect, but they rejected it. Quitting wasn't an option. Harlan's next ploy involved the Homeowners Association, claiming their holiday lights were too flamboyant, a thinly veiled jab. The fine arrived in the mail, and when they contested it at a meeting, Harlan rallied supporters. They're turning this place into a circus, he bellowed. Lowell, fed up, stood. Our lights are the same as everyone else's. This is targeted hate. The board, swayed by numbers, upheld the fine. Paying it felt like surrender, fueling Lowell's rage. He began documenting everything, photos of vandalism, screenshots of online threats, building a case for a lawsuit. Jordan worried about escalation. What if it backfires? We could lose friends, jobs. But Lowell pressed on, contacting a pro bono lawyer from the Lambda Legal Defense Fund. The attorney, Elena, reviewed their evidence. This is classic harassment. We can Lowell for a restraining order and sue for emotional distress. Excitement mixed with fear. Going public meant exposing their lives to scrutiny. As the case built, societal divides deepened. A local church sermon subtly condemned alternative lifestyles, drawing Harlan's praise. Jordan's students split. Some defended him, others parroted parents' views. One debate in class turned heated when a student said, "Being gay is a choice, and it's wrong." Jordan facilitated discussion, emphasizing respect, but it left him drained. Meanwhile, Lowell's family visited for the holidays, his parents tiptoeing around the tension. "Maybe tone it down," his father suggested. "Don't give them ammunition." Lowell snapped. "Tone down being myself? That's the problem." The visit ended awkwardly, highlighting how external prejudices infected personal bonds. Jordan's family, via video call, offered unwavering support, but distance limited help. The lawsuit filing made headlines in the local paper, polarizing the town. Supporters emerged. A gay couple from a neighboring suburb reached out, sharing similar stories. "You're not alone," they said, but backlash intensified. Slashed tires, dead animals on the porch. The police, now involved due to the suit, investigated but found no direct links. Harlan denied everything, playing victim. "They're attacking my free speech," he told reporters. The media frenzy brought national attention, with progressive outlets championing the couple, conservatives decrying cancel culture. Lowell and Jordan's inbox filled with both encouragement and vitriol. Their choices weighed heavily. Drop the suit for peace or push forward for justice. Jordan leaned toward settlement, Lowell toward trial. Pivotal moment came during mediation. Harlan, smug across the table, offered to back off if they sold the house. "Admit you don't fit here." Jordan's temper flared. "We fit anywhere we damn well please." The session ended in stalemate, heading to court. As trial loomed, emotional strain peaked. Late one night, after a nightmare, Lowell woke screaming. Jordan soothed him, but confessed his own doubts. "What if we're fighting a losing battle?" Lowell pulled away. "Then what? Run away?" The question hung, testing their love amid societal storms. Community events turned confrontational. At a winter festival, Harlan's group protested with signs reading, "Traditional families only." Lowell and Jordan attended defiantly, holding hands, drawing cheers from allies and jeers from foes. A young woman approached. "You're inspiring my brother. He's afraid to come out." Moments like that fueled perseverance. But privately, cracks widened. Jordan considered a job transfer. Lowell researched safer cities. Their therapist warned, "Don't let hate define you." As spring thawed the snow, the trial date set, anticipation built. Harlan's defense painted him as a concerned citizen, while Elena dismantled it with evidence. Witnesses testified, neighbors admitting pressure, students praising Jordan. The drama unfolded in the courtroom, each testimony a clash of values. Outside, protesters clashed, mirroring broader societal debates on acceptance versus tradition. Lowell and Jordan sat together, united yet frayed, wondering if victory would heal or further divide. The courtroom in downtown Willow Creek buzzed with tension as the trial began. Reporters scribbling notes while locals filled the benches, divided like opposing teams at a football game. Harlan took the stand first, his voice steady but laced with indignation. "I've lived here 40 years, raised a family. Now these two come in, parading their lifestyle, and I'm the bad guy for speaking up." Elena cross-examined sharply. "Speaking up or harassing? You organized petitions, spread rumors, actions that caused real harm." Harlan shrugged. "Free country." Murmurs rippled. The judge called for order. Lowell testified next, voice trembling at first but gaining strength. We just wanted a home. Instead, we've faced vandalism, threats, isolation. It's not about disagreement. It's about denying our right to exist. Jordan followed, detailing professional repercussions. I've lost trust from some parents, but gained it from students who see me standing up. The defense attorney grilled them on provocative behavior, like public affection. Isn't that inviting conflict? Jordan retorted. Holding hands? That's normal for any couple. The exchange highlighted the trial's core. Where does tolerance end and discrimination begin? Expert witnesses weighed in: a psychologist on emotional trauma, a civil rights advocate on legal precedents. Harlan's supporters testified to community erosion, one claiming, "Kids shouldn't see that." Elena countered with allies, including Liam's anonymous statement read aloud. "Mr. Reyes taught me it's okay to be different." The boy's father, in the audience, shifted uncomfortably. As days dragged, the couple's resolve tested. Media scrutiny invaded privacy. A tabloid twisted their story into sensationalism. Friends distanced, fearing backlash. One evening, after court, Lowell and Jordan argued in the car. "This is destroying us," Lowell said. "For what?" Jordan gripped the wheel. "For principle. If we back down, it validates hate." Reconciliation came over quiet dinners, reaffirming love amid chaos. Societal conflicts amplified. Online forums debated fiercely, some calling the couple heroes, others agitators. Harlan's family testified, his wife tearfully defending him as old-fashioned, not hateful. But emails revealed coordination with extremist groups, damaging his case. The closing arguments were impassioned. "Elena, this isn't about speech. It's about actions that terrorize. Society progresses when we protect the vulnerable." Defense. Mr. Harlan voiced concerns shared by many. Punishing that stifles community. The jury deliberated for 2 days, tension palpable. Lowell and Jordan waited at home, pacing. "Whatever happens," Jordan said, "we're in this together." The verdict: guilty on harassment charges, with damages awarded. Cheers erupted from supporters. Harlan's side booed. He appealed, but the win felt vindicating. Post-trial, Willow Creek shifted subtly. Some neighbors apologized. The HOA revised policies for inclusivity. Jordan's school celebrated Diversity Week, inspired by the case. But scars remained. Trust eroded. Emotions raw. Harlan moved in with relatives. His house sold to a young family. Lowell and Jordan debated staying. "We've changed things here," Jordan argued. Lowell nodded. "But at what cost?" They chose to remain, hosting a community potluck to bridge divides. Turnout was mixed, but conversations started. Liam attended with his mother, who whispered, "Thank you for showing him courage." Yet, not all healed. Lingering stares whispered judgments. Their relationship, forged in fire, strengthened. Choices now aligned toward mutual support. As summer returned, they reflected on the journey. From hopeful newcomers to reluctant activists. The experience exposed society's underbelly. Prejudices masked as tradition, the fight for acceptance never fully won. They volunteered with LGBTQ youth, sharing their story to empower others. Emotional highs and lows defined their bond. Arguments gave way to deeper understanding. One night, watching stars from the porch, Lowell said, "I'd do it all again, for us." Jordan smiled. "Me too." But questions lingered. Had they truly belonged, or forced entry? The drama's echoes shaped their future, a testament to resilience amid controversy. With the trial behind them, Lowell and Jordan settled into a tentative normalcy. Their home now a symbol of hard-won victory in Willow Creek. The community, though fractured, began mending, diversity workshops at the school, inclusive events at the park. Jordan's classes buzzed with open discussions on identity, students like Liam blossoming under encouragement. Lowell's designs flourished, incorporating themes of equality that attracted national clients. Yet, subtle tensions persisted. Occasional glares at the store, anonymous notes in the mail. Harlan's appeal dragged on, a reminder that hate didn't vanish overnight. One afternoon, a new neighbor, a single dad named Mike, knocked with cookies. Heard about your story. Admire your guts. His son, a curious 8-year-old, played with Max, fostering unexpected friendships. Such moments reaffirmed their choice to stay, but emotional echoes haunted. Lowell occasionally woke from nightmares of confrontations. Jordan second-guessed every parent-teacher conference. Therapy helped, focusing on healing rather than conflict. Their relationship evolved, more intentional, with date nights reclaiming joy stolen by drama. A weekend getaway to the city rekindled sparks, reminding them of carefree beginnings. Back home, they navigated societal ripples. Media interviews requested, turning them into reluctant spokespeople. Jordan penned an op-ed on empathy, sparking local debates. Lowell designed pride murals for the community center, blending art with activism. Conflicts arose anew when a conservative group protested the murals, echoing Harlan's rhetoric. "Not in our town," they chanted. Jordan addressed the crowd calmly. Art reflects life, all lives. The standoff diffused peacefully, but it underscored ongoing struggles. Personal choices weighed. Expand their family through adoption? The process daunted, fearing bias. Society's not ready, Lowell worried. Jordan countered. We'll make it ready. Discussions deepened their bond, turning adversity into growth. As years blurred, Willow Creek transformed subtly. More rainbow flags, support groups forming. Yet, for every ally, a holdout remained, questioning if change was genuine or coerced. Lowell and Jordan's story inspired a documentary, amplifying voices nationwide. Emotional climaxes came in quiet reflections. Anniversaries marked not just love, but survival. One evening, Jordan proposed renewing vows in their backyard, inviting the neighborhood. Acceptances outnumbered declines, a microcosm of progress. The ceremony, simple and heartfelt, celebrated resilience. Vows renewed. Through hate and hope, I choose you. Tears flowed, bridges built. But as the sun set, doubts lingered. Had they truly integrated, or merely endured? The drama's legacy. A community forever altered, debates on acceptance raging. Their journey, fraught with choices, emotions raw, ended not in triumph, but ongoing dialogue. In the end, was it fair for society to demand conformity from those who differ? True or false?